Welcome to Illuminates by Meritto, a knowledge sharing series. I'm glad to have this opportunity to connect with you all. We have come together again virtually to discuss yet another crucial part of admission ecosystem. Today's topic is modern engagement tools to grow enrollments. For today's discussion, I'll be your host. I'm Shabas and I have been associated with Meritto for past 5 years. Along with me, I have Mr. Rohit Khanna, who has been working in education space for more than 7+ years, equipping different types of education organizations, enabling them with various types of products.
Hi, good evening, everyone. Thank you so much, Shabas. Looking forward to this webinar.
Thanks, Rohit. I also have Mr. Rishi Yadav with me. He has been the part of the team that has been creating this beautiful product of Meritto, enrollment automation. He has been with the education space for 5+ years. This particular product that they have developed has been used by 1,200 plus clients across globe.
Good evening, everyone. Glad to be a part of this webinar.
Before we continue, for those who are not much familiar with Zoom, I'll quickly cover the ground rules. Please note that your audio video is on mute by default. However, you can raise questions by clicking on Q&A section on bottom navigation panel. Feel free to share your questions and we'll try our best to answer them during the session. And even if time doesn't allow, be assured all your questions will be answered and mailed to you separately post the session. Now coming to today's topic, which is modern engagement tool to grow enrollments. Before we deep dive into this particular topic, and before we understand what are the modern engagement tools, I would like to discuss that with my fellow panelists. Like I would like to discuss with Rohit, what are the conventional, traditional, tools that are used for engagement? What could be the possible challenges that are there in the conventional tools that are asking us to move to the modern engagement tools?
Thank you. Thank you so much, Shabas, for actually kickstarting this webinar. And I'm sure that for all of us, it would be a great learning experience. Since the core of Meritto is actually problem description and solution designing, I think by heart and by core, that is something which we are doing day in and day out. We are interacting with our clients, trying to know their problems and building solutions and eventually building a product around those problems, giving them solutions. So some of the biggest problems, because we are interacting with a lot of clients, we are working with 1,200 clients. So some of the problems that come to us on a daily basis or have been coming from very frequently, I would just like to show some light on a few of them. I think the biggest problem is something because there will be a lot of times when any applicant is actually trying to get admission in different colleges. And there will be times when there is no proper communication at the right time with a student or with an applicant, because there will be a lot of times when people have different priorities or they are not at work. So I think timely follow-up is something which is missing, which have been missing for a very long time, because they are not able to actually get some data sets on, what are the hot leads and at what time they should do proper follow-ups. Secondly, there will be a lot of times when the admission rates are very high. Let's say for different segments, for different organizations, it would be for different courses. In fact, it would be different. For example, for MBA, it might be, let's say, in April. For BTech, it might be, let's say, as soon as some of the competitive examinations results are out. So there will be times when the inquiries numbers are really huge, and obviously there will be a crunch on the number of human resources that we have. So timely intervention is a big problem at times when the volumes are very high about the inquiries. Thirdly, there will be a lot of times when there is no proper human contact, because we need to realize that we are dealing with Gen Z people right now. They are getting everything on a click on their mobile phone. So there will be a lot of times when they would actually want to speak to a person, want some human intervention, and they are not able to get. Fourthly, and I think that is something which is there in all the organizations, because in any journey, if I talk about this particular journey wherein an applicant is actually doing certain steps and eventually getting into a registered student phase, there will be a lot of times when they need to interact with different team members. Let's say, firstly, they are interacting with the counseling team. Then they are actually maybe talking to somebody from the finance team, eventually from somebody from the registry team when they are having their document verification stage. So there is a lot of human intervention, manual intervention involved in this whole process. So there will be some times when there is some communication being missed. So these are the problems that our valued partners were facing day in and day out. And since as I earlier said, that we want to bring solutions, we want to build products around these problems. We have Rishi from the product team, and I would like to take this opportunity to actually ask him that what is exactly the headspace when we are defining certain solutions to these problems that our valued partners are facing.
Rohit, we are in a fast-paced technological world. Gone are the days when students used to visit a campus or used to fill out forms manually. Today, all educational institutions have been using advanced tools like WhatsApp, email, multilingual SMS, remarketing, notifications, or date marketing automation. But do you know, these tools can be powerful, but still they operate reactively. They only respond to student inquiries or student concerns when they arrive, which is reactive marketing. And to truly access, to be ahead in the race of student enrollment, institutions must adopt proactive marketing strategies so that they will be able to anticipate and address student concerns before they arrive. And Shehbaz, like you have been traveling across states and countries, you have been interacting with multiple educational institutions, understanding their complex recruitment process. What do you think, and what can be the tools that can help them with proactive marketing?
Absolutely, Rishu. Like you said, when we go onto ground, when we meet a lot of organizations across globe, and like you rightly said, they're using reactive marketing tools. That means whenever I'll get an inquiry, I'll probably give a call to a particular candidate. Once a candidate is asking me something, then I'm probably marking an email to them. Or whenever the candidate is coming and requesting me something, then I'm going onto the WhatsApp, maybe on another day, and then I'm interacting with them. Or the best I would be doing is maybe sending them text messages, right? So it's more of reactive marketing, that whatever input they are getting from the particular student, then they are reacting on the same. In order to react, it might take some time. That's why we think that there is a need to move from conventional marketing tools to modern marketing tools, right? When we talk about proactive engagement, right, that we're going to be covering in this particular session, we definitely have to look at how the particular student, like we were talking about Gen Zs who wants to have the information on the tip of a button, right, or on the tip of their finger, and they are not only active on the traditional tools, like they'll not go onto your website and ask for something. Probably they would want everything to be available on other tools like WhatsApp or any other particular channel. Thus, it's very much important to have proactive engagement tools that will help these organizations to convert more. So in order to go ahead, right, maybe let me just introduce you to some of the modern engagement tools that we'll be discussing, right? Since we have already discussed proactive, let's discuss what could be the possible modern tools that will equip any education organization. Because when you talk about education, it's a niche space, right? We are talking about building the career of a particular student. So we have to understand from where the candidate will be coming, what set of tool can be used that can be utilized by different stakeholders within the recruitment funnel. So the first tool that probably I would like to introduce is Zing. So when you talk about Zing, it's a sales notification engine. So when you talk in education space about notifications, we are not talking just about any notification. We are talking about notifications that are more related to the education space. For example, when you look from a lens of a particular counselor, what set of notification a counselor would want? So a notification would be like that if any of the lead stage has been updated by any of the team member, the manager is getting notified. Or if I have set an automation that once the candidate has filled the form, the counselor will get notified. The action to that will be on runtime automations or notification that I'm getting, the particular counselor can get in touch with the particular candidate and say, hey, Rishi, I can see that you have completed the particular application form. So let me guide you with the next step, like what exactly you need to do. Similarly, when it comes to payments, if a candidate has made a payment, if a counselor is getting a notification, they will get to know whether the payment was successful, it was attempted, or it got failed. So if it was a failure, maybe I can guide the candidate with the alternate ways of doing the payment, or I can help them in with coming on a screen sharing session, like what are the possible challenges that they're facing. So it's all about guiding a candidate to go down into a recruitment funnel using these notifications. So the relevant data pointers that we talk about in education space that are pertaining to different segments and stakeholders within the recruitment funnels, which includes your counselors, your marketing managers, your operational users, finance team, and your management. So different notifications for different stakeholders at different level that are more important for them to analyze and help the students, in guiding them in their particular journey. For that, when you talk about the capabilities, I would like, maybe Rohit can throw us some light because he has been enabling a lot of education organization, how different organizations are using this particular notification engine.
Sure, Shabazz. So, as I said, I mean, notifications, this whole Zing, even when we are talking internally with our team members and even when we are talking to our different clients, I think this is something which gives us an automated to-do list as soon as we are back to our office. Because imagine just, just as soon as you just open your laptop or maybe just check your mobile, you're actually able to see some of the most important and urgent to-do list at just a click of a button. In fact, even when you're not in office, while at your home, anybody from the education organization, maybe any counselor or marketing person, when they are at their home, they can simply check any notification. So that was the whole idea of building something related to sales notification engine. Because again, as I said, notifications are the need of the hour, and they are here to stay and to actually stay for long. We cannot imagine our lives without notifications. We are getting notifications about the food that is getting delivered, about the things that we are ordering. In fact, the results that our students are getting, they are also being notified by a small pop-up icon on their mobile. So that was the whole idea of having Zing. And if I talk about the different stakeholders that are actually using Zing, as Shabazz also mentioned, I'll briefly mention it again. The sales team, they are getting real-time movements, they are getting instant alerts about those movements, and they are actually able to convert those into opportunities. Then the second stakeholder is actually the admissions team, which as soon as they get to know that, okay, maybe at any particular application stage, if a student, or sorry, if an applicant is dropping, they can actually have a personalized communication with them and try to understand their problem so that they can actually convert them into a registered student. And then again, the finance team, regarding if the applicant is facing any payment related issues. So by enabling all these important stakeholders, by giving them real-time notifications, real-time to-do list to actually act upon, we are able to enhance the student experience. And we are able to provide them a platform so that they can connect instantly with the respective stakeholder and actually resolve their problem. And since a lot of our clients are actually using it, and I'm sure that a lot of attendees in this webinar would want to see a glimpse of it. So Rishi, if you could just show us a little glimpse of this whole product, how we are able to configure it and what are the benefits of it.
Right. So with starting with the problem statement itself, the sole purpose of building out Zing was that we encountered multiple problem statements, beginning from the student itself. Today's generation, students expect quick responses. Daily responses can lead to loss of an opportunity. And also, if the concerned stakeholders in an institution, maybe a counselor or maybe admissions team or maybe a finance team, if they're not aware of the student's activity, right, that at what particular stage of the process they are currently, they will not be able to help them out. And in today's world, slow responses can mean losing out a student to some other institutions who are a bit better responsive. So I'll quickly get onto the demo where I will be showcasing the features, what the benefits is, and who all will be benefiting from this particular product. So let's say an account who has got Zing as a product, they can give a certain set of permissions to its users. Either they can decide at what all activities which user should be getting the notifications, or the user can themselves decide or customize alerts as per their requirement and as per their role. So the user can quickly go and he can search for Zing. He can click on Zing and he will be redirected to this particular page wherein he can see all those activities. Now, a counselor can go and opt for lead related activities. For example, when a lead is assigned to him, or let's just say when bulk leads are assigned to him, or let's just say when the stage of a particular lead is changed. For someone who is looking into application, they will proactively reach out to a student who has just started to fill out a form. So in case he is getting any issues, they will be able to help him out. Also, there is payment related activities when finance team can reach out to a student and help them smoothen the payment so that they get enrolled. So if I talk about the features here, there are a lot of activities related to different stages of a student enrollment process. You can customize these alerts and you can also decide on which channel you want these activities or alerts for. You can clearly see there's a web option, there's a mobile app option. So someone who is using the mobile app, they can go and tick for those activities as per the role and as per the channel. Forward, a user who will be using this particular product will select or tick mark all those activities as per his role, as per his channel. He will be saving those changes that he has just made. And once he is on Meritto platform, he will be getting this real-time notification as a banner on the particular platform he's using. And in case, let's say he's not getting real-time notifications, so whenever he visits, he will be getting a whole lot of history of all those notifications that he has just missed. So these were the features and the benefits of this particular product, Zing. But Shehbaz, I am a bit curious. I just want to know, let's say if the institutions or the users who are not logged in into the Meritto web or Meritto app, and they are not getting notified just because they are not logged in, how are we managing student activities at that particular moment? Can you just help us out in getting to know that?
Absolutely. A very valid question, because when you see in education space, there are a lot of organizations that are even getting international students. So if I'm not having a counselor who's logged in, then who is entertaining the queries or the requirements by a particular student? Am I having a tool that can answer these questions, right? If a candidate is coming onto the website. So the answer is yes, which brings us to the next important tool, which is NIA, right? So NIA, when you talk about, is a chatbot, right? Built by Meritto, which is an education-specific chatbot, which is NoPaperForms integrated admission assistance. The utility of the chatbot is when we talk about Gen Z or when we talk about today's students who are going to come and enroll for you, they're going to be available on different platforms. They might come onto your website. They might come onto one of your landing pages. They might come onto your student portal or WhatsApp, or might be on Facebook. So the idea is, do I have a tool that is available on all these channels and giving a communication in a streamlined way? So it should not be that if I'm coming on the website, I'm getting a different information. Whereas when I'm going to Facebook or going to, chatbot on Facebook, then I'm getting a different information. So it's important to have a tool that can give me runtime information that is available 24/7, which is helping me with my queries, whether I'm asking the queries through a text or selecting a particular option. It should be smart enough to analyze whether the candidate is already registered, where exactly the candidate is stuck in the process, and how this tool can give them the information that will help the candidate to take the decision. To throw more light on this, I'll pass on the baton to Rohit, to tell us, how this can be utilized in different platforms and what are the use cases that we are catering.
Thanks, Abbas. So I think the best thing about NIA is that it is completely configurable as per the use cases of our different clients. We have clienteles from education industry, from various segments. We have from higher education institutes, colleges, universities, schools, study abroad consultants, ed tech, coaching centers. And the best thing is, obviously, there will be a lot of times when the use cases of different organizations that we are having would be different. And we have built such a product that we are actually able to implement their different use cases in a way so that they can unleash the whole power, the actual power of NIA that we have built, which is a purpose-built education chatbot. Happy to share that we at Meritto, the operations team, we have successfully implemented NIA across more than 500 institutes. And the best thing is that NIA is available, as the slide also says, it is available around the clock, providing continuous assistance to prospective students and visitors. It can be integrated across multiple platforms, including websites, Facebook, and even WhatsApp, ensuring consistent engagement. The best thing is that it is using NLP technology, that is the natural language processing, and it helps us to understand user queries and provide relevant information. And the best thing is that it's actually evolving with time and with the number of inputs that it is getting. Obviously, it will always maintain a comprehensive history of interactions, which can be useful for analyzing user behavior and improving service. And obviously, there will be a lot of times when we are actually able to get the real-time ROI analysis, because that is also very important if we talk about any organization institute. I just have one query. I mean, and I think Rishi would be able to answer this in the best possible way. Since I obviously said that we have omni-channel presence of NIA with WhatsApp, do we have any other modern engagement tool which can be integrated with WhatsApp and give us some amazing results?
Yes, of course, Rohit. See, we know that, any leads that comes on WhatsApp or text us, any student who comes and inquires about any random question, we immediately make a lead into our system, right? So NIA is not only a lead generation platform, but it's also a lead nurturing platform, right? Collectively, we know that managing and engaging with students in a personalized manner through all incoming and outgoing chats can be a bit tough at moments. There can be moments when NIA couldn't understand what the student is seeking for, or the student is not able to put in words. And that's where Echo comes into the picture. So we have Echo, that is a WhatsApp live chat platform. So the sole idea behind making this Echo was the purpose wherein we can give human intervention and more of a personalized touch, engaging with students one-to-one. Students might be having different problems at different stages of a recruitment process. At times, NIA will not be able to help them out. NIA would not be able to understand what the student is seeking for. So that was the purpose of building out Echo. Now with Echo, you can have centralized conversations. So any student who has been engaging on different WhatsApp numbers, be it on NIA or be it just on a Baba number, in Echo, you will be able to, you can view the centralized conversations across all channels. Apart from that, you can get real-time notifications that once a student sends a query, you will be getting real-time notifications and you will be able to engage real-time. And the best feature about this platform is that it's enhanced CRM integration, because it is collectively integrated with our, let's say, lead manager. So any leads that comes into our system can immediately be seen on Echo. You can engage with that lead using Echo as a lead nurturing platform as well. Apart from that, you can also view the chat history. You can convert out of session students to a possible lead and also to a possible enrollment. So these were a few capabilities, and I will be showcasing you the demo in which we will be discussing in detail what all features will be there, what all benefits will be there, so that the user, whoever is interacting with students, what is his exactly persona and how the UI and the touch points can be while engaging to the students. Before I begin, I would want to mention that enabling Echo is very easy with Meritto. What you need to do is, you already have a Baba number registered with us. You just quickly go to settings and communication. You will be having the Baba number registered. You just have to enable Echo and the view conversation check, so that whenever you go to an Echo, you can view conversations from across all numbers that are configured on Baba, and you will be able to engage with those students using those numbers. Then again, there's also an option if you want to reply to a student from the last Baba number. Now, there can be instances wherein you are having multiple Baba numbers. A few Baba numbers can be used for marketing. One of those Baba numbers might be being used on NIA. What if a student has shown interest in both of those WhatsApp? We know that WhatsApp gives us a 24-hour window to engage with students. So you would want to capitalize on that particular session window. So we also have a default feature wherein the last number the student had raised his query will be the one which you will be using to reply to. And then again, let's say a student comes and he raises a query. He is not aware if someone will be coming to respond to his queries. Therein we also have Echo welcome message. You can go to user flow and you can quickly give us a welcome message that will be going to a student whenever he comes and shares a query or any concern. So for example, if you have kept it as thank you for contacting on Echo, our standard user will get back to you soon. So now the student is assured that someone will be reaching out to him. So he will not be going for other options as well. So this is also how you can keep on student engaged within that 24-hour window. So let's say once the user has configured all those basic checks, he has configured the Echo, he has also configured the welcome message that should go to the student. Then you can quickly just click on this Echo widget, which is available on Meritto panel, and you will be redirected to Echo platform. Now, before I begin, I would want the participants to understand a few terms which will be commonly used while using Echo. Now, since we know that WhatsApp has been used for Echo and also for NIA, so at any given moment, if you are using a similar number for NIA and as well as for Echo, you need to understand when NIA has been conversating with the students and when this human intervention is needed. So let's just say when the student raises a query and you have enabled NIA, NIA will by default respond to the student. In case NIA is not configured for your account, a Echo welcome message will be shown to the students, and any of your counselor can view those conversations under Queue tab. They can quickly go to those conversations wherein students have been seeking some sort of intervention, some sort of guidance. You can quickly click on those particular conversations and you can engage with students. But in case NIA is enabled, NIA will be taking care of those particular conversations. But there can be certain instances where NIA also fails. Let's say NIA is not able to understand the query. Or let's say the student comes and he inquires about scholarships, he inquires about hostel. Someone who is inquiring about scholarships or hostels seems a prominent lead who is interested into enrollment. So what you can do is in Nia, you can customize these particular triggers that at what particular moment the conversation should come from Nia to echo, so that you are aware of those students for which human intervention is needed. So we'll continue with a small example, and before that we'll see what all other features are available on echo. So we all know that multiple students might be engaging with us, right? And not every counselor or every user will be logged in into the system for 24 hours. So there is a possibility that you might be coming and doing some conversations for which session has been timed out. That means the student is no more in session. So what you can do is you can quickly come and put a filter of in-session students and out-of-session students, so that the in-session students you can engage right now who are in the session window, and the out-of-session students you can send templates to, which we will be discussing further. Apart from that, let's say you want to search for a specific lead, you can quickly click on search bar. Now you can search using 3 criteria that can be using the name of the student, using the email ID of the student, or using the phone number of the student. So you will be getting that particular conversation using the search bar. Now, at any given moment, when a student is conversating with Nia, you will be having those conversations under Nia tab. But let's say, as per your configuration, if the student has been seeking, let's say student has texted that he wants to talk to a counselor, he needs support. So what you can do is you can make the same intent on Nia, stating that, okay, we are assigning someone to you, right? And after this particular intent, this conversation will move to queued. So it will be easy for the users to identify that, okay, I need to work on this particular conversation. So the user will just come into the system, he'll quickly go under queued conversations, and he will be seeing to which particular conversation he needs to respond to. Similarly, once he is picking a conversation, that is comes under the picked status, and we also keep a check that who has picked this particular conversation and who is responding to this conversation. So let's quickly go with an example wherein we can see this particular student has texted and is conversating with Nia right now, right? We can see that the flow of the messages, he has texted hi, and we can clearly see that Nia by automation has been responding to his queries. Let's just say that he texts something that as per your trigger should move the conversation to queued. Suppose that the conversation will be triggered to queued as per the configuration that you have enabled from Nia to move the conversation to echo. So the conversation is now at moved status because the student had inquired about help, and after help, you can see that there was a default message triggered, and the conversation has now moved to the queue. Post moving the conversation to queue, any counselor or any user who comes into the system can come, he can view those conversations, and he can simply click on intervene. Post intervene, we can know that who has intervened in this conversation, so that this particular user has been discussing or helping out this particular student. And let's just say once you have answered all the queries that the student was having, you have smoothened his enrollment process, and you have marked the conversation resolved. Now, the next time the student will be coming, he will be again talking to Nia until that particular trigger is hit. Apart from that, you can also see that you have this view conversation filter where you can view conversations from different WhatsApp numbers, right? You have this reply via that from which number you want to reply to. Because in case it can happen that the student had asked for one question on W1, a particular Baba number, but a few other questions on the second number. So to avoid ambiguity, you can decide that for which query you need to choose which particular WhatsApp number. Then again, we have this speech to text conversion. We have sending out templates option. You can quickly come over the text bar. You can just simply type / you will be getting this. You can get all those templates. Now, whatever template you want to send, let's say the student here inquired about that he wants to know about enrollment. You can quickly search enrollment, and you will be able to trigger that particular template out to the student. You also have preset templates. For example, many of the student might be coming and asking you for the campus photos. They might be asking you for the brochures or the scholarship or the hostel fees. So what you can do is you can already save these templates into our system, and you will be able to answer to the repetitive queries using this preset templates. Apart from that, we also have this marketing templates that you can send to the students. Let's say a student is not in session. What you can do is you can send out a marketing template. Post marketing template is sent if the student shows interest or he responds back to you. Now the student is again back into the session, and you can engage with the student to convert him. Then also, in case the student wants to receive some media files, and these media files are not part of the templates, you can just go, you can click on the plus icon, you will be able to select if you want to send documents, if you want to send images or you want to send videos. So a whole lot of live chat experience for the students so that they get a personalized engagement. They get assistance whenever it is required, and for also the users to understand when human intervention is needed and when NIA is taken care of. This will help you to optimize your resources. This will help you to optimize your time, and this will help you to get better conversions, giving students the support they need as per their requirement. So this was all around Echo. Now, Shahbaz, I have a question here for you again. So we can see that we have got Echo and we have got NIA, and these both platforms are being currently used on WhatsApp. So I want to understand, is it a way to use both the systems in an integrated manner for the institutions so that they will be able to, help out students? Because currently we can see that NIA is entirely working on WhatsApp and Echo is also working on WhatsApp.
Yes, Rishi, absolutely. When you talk about amalgam of both these powerful products, right? So yes, we do have an amalgam of these products where they come into synergy and equip a particular organization. When you talk, from Meritto's perspective, the USP of Meritto is that every particular product is deeply integrated with each other, which brings the operational efficiency. So similarly, when we have developed the chatbot and Echo, which is the live chat on WhatsApp, so when both of them come together, it becomes a very powerful tool of modern engagement. So let's see what are the capabilities that I'll be exploring here, right? So the first is 24/7 engagement. That means whenever a candidate is coming onto your website, since it's practically impossible to have a counselor available 24/7, NIA is a tool that can equip or guide the candidate for the process. Personalized support when we talk about, so whenever a particular student like you have showcased is interacting with NIA, the particular counselor, because every technology has a limitation where a human touch or intervention is required. That's where a particular counselor can come. They can come onto Echo Live chat and they can interact with a particular candidate. And imagine the amount of time that we are saving for a particular counselor. I don't have to type anything. I can select the predefined templates, the name of the candidate, the particular fee structure, the types of scholarship, the types of facilities that the particular organization is providing will get picked up automatically. That means how much. So if I have a capacity of interacting with 30 candidates per day, maybe with these tools I'll be interacting with 2x of the candidates. That means at least 60 candidates. Then customization. So we can interact at any point of level, intervene. Also, we can see the entire chat transcript. So let's say if I'm a counselor, I'm absent, then maybe my backup, let's say Rohit will come, he can see what was the conversation that was between the student and the counselor. He can pick up the conversation from there and give an hyper personalized, convenience to the particular candidate. Similarly, it is very smoothly integrated that you can use it in different channels, right? Like you can have the multi channel integrations with it. You can see what is happening on different platforms. All the communications that the candidate is doing on different channels comes into a single lead profile, which brings me to the next tool. So I would like Rohit to take up the next tool and brief us what are the other tools. Is there any other modern tools that we are left out with? So if you can open up your magic pitara and probably let us know what could be the next tool that can be used.
Sure, Shabaz. I think both of you have explained beautifully about the different modern engagement tools that we have. But I guess stopping and being stagnant is something which we do not do at Meritto. We do not have that word in our dictionary. So that is the reason why we have another modern engagement tool. And I think that is really helping our clients in a big level. So the name is Amplify. And I'll tell you the reason why we wanted to have such a thing in our product, because we really do understand that in this competitive world of education, it is very difficult to reach to your target audience at scale. And it is difficult as well. At the same time, it is actually very crucial. Every day, our sales and counseling teams are spending, significant time manually nurturing raw data to actually identify qualified leads and work more and more on that. This is not only costly, but it is also actually a lot of very time consuming. And prioritizing which particular lead becomes it becomes an uphill task for all of our team members. And obviously at the end it leads to missed opportunities, which in turn leads to a loss of potential registered students. So because of all of that, we wanted to build something which now we call as Meritto Amplify, because we wanted to give all of our education organizations a platform so that they could actually send voice broadcast messages to different number of people, to multiple people at scale, so that they could actually get who are interested and who are not interested, and what kind of revenue utilization they should be putting up on what kind of target audience. So the next thing that I would do is talk about the capabilities of Meritto Amplify. And the best that I like personally is the press one campaign, because even if you have millions of raw data, you can effortlessly turn them into valuable leads and verify them quickly. That is something which I really like about Amplify. The second is that you just need to pay only for the connected calls. You can reach out to thousands of prospective students, even with personalized messages, without worrying about waste expense on unanswered calls. This actually ensures that our budget is spent wisely on actual connections, maximizing the investment. Then we also want to ensure the consistency in our messages by creating voice broadcast templates on Meritto CRM, which obviously in the next slide, I would also give you a brief demo. And we can never miss an opportunity to connect with this with our automatic campaign retry feature, because even if somebody has missed one particular call, we also have a retry feature where if in case there has been any unanswered call, we can actually set the number of times we would want to give them a retry. So it is completely configurable as per the needs and wants of the organization, and it is just a click away. And it's very easy to implement. And we at the operations team have been helping major of our clients to get this implemented and actually reap the good results that can actually come out from this feature that we have. So I'll just show you a brief demo about one of the major settings that we do. So I think this is something which a lot of our clients have already seen, because we have been making a lot of communication templates in SMS and email. If you could just play the video, Rishi, just forward it a little bit, you will be able to see that, yes, there is a voice broadcasting message. So as soon as we come on to this particular stage, so you can just type in any of the template name that you would want for this particular voice broadcast message. And then there would be just, if you could just, yes. Yeah, so it can be given to raw data, it can be given to lead management data. And the best thing is that we can also define the type of call, whether it can be transactional or it can be promotional. Just a quick FYI here, if in case you're selecting transactional, even the people who have chosen DND and the people who have not chosen DND, they will be able to get this particular call. But if in case you're choosing promotional, which is one of the drop downs in the class in the call type, you will be able to get this message only across to the people who have not chosen DND. Then obviously, as soon as you click on save, this will automatically go to the operator for the necessary approvals of try. And once, as soon as it is gone for approval, you will be able to see the status as pending, as you can see here. If in case it is getting rejected as per the guidelines, you'll be able to see the status as rejected. And if in case it is accepted, then you can simply get it enabled. When you are enabling it, if I click on any, so we'll be able to see the number of people with whom you want to send this particular voice broadcast message to. And if in place, we'll just play the demo video. We'll be selecting, let's say, odd number of people here. And then as soon as we'll click on communicate, there will be another set of settings that we need to do here. One important thing is that, can you, Rishi, could you just, yes, just give me one moment here. If you could just pause the video. Thank you. Thank you so much. So if you can see the voice broadcasting type, there is one which is selected as DTMF and the other one is information. So if in case it is information, it will only be a single voice, whatever voice note that I have attached, it will just go to the particular person and they'll be able to just listen to the particular information. One of the use cases that are being used for this particular feature is that, let's say there is a fee reminder that I want to send it across to all of our applicants. Let's say there is for 20th August is the last time until which they can pay the fees online. So I'll just send a DTMF information message. But if in case I want to have some intent, if in case I want to if I want to ask the applicant certain choice, then I can select DTMF. So one of the use cases which a lot of our clients are using is that they'll be sending this voice broadcast to a lot of raw data, and they will be asking that even if in case you want to opt for BTech Computer Science, select one. If in case you want to opt for BBA, select two. So for this kind of a use case, you can select DTMF in voice broadcasting type. And as I said, there is a lot of other features available here as well. You can also select the retry option if in case you want to retry, if in case the call is not getting answered. And you can also configure the interval after which the broadcast should happen again, or the call should be getting triggered again. So this is Amplify, and as you can see that it is very easy to implement. We are already using a lot of communication templates in SMS and email. Now we have also introduced voice broadcast, which is actually a game changer in getting to multiple big set of audiences at the same time. And the best thing is that it is actually saving a lot of cost, because it is only getting the cost is only for the answered calls, not at all for the unanswered calls. So this was a small demo that I wanted to present on the Amplify. And since here we have covered all the major modern engagement tools that we had, I would like to ask Shabazz, because I think amongst the three of us, he is the person who is traveling the most, interacting with major key decision makers of our clients. What has been the actual feedback about the modern engagement tools that we have developed for our client, for our partner institutes? And obviously, we'll be bringing in more and more features about on these particular product lines that we have.
Absolutely. When you talk about the market perspective in terms of proactive, engagement tools. So when we talk about Zing, so we say, understand where your audience is. That means understand where exactly your candidate is stuck. That means get notifications where the candidates are stuck at, to understand the nature of the candidate. When you talk about NIA, we say, be where your audience is, be it WhatsApp, be it website, landing pages, student dashboard, or Facebook, right? And have a tool that can give runtime information to the candidate. When you talk about Echo, so the feedback is, you can nurture the candidates on whatever medium the candidate wants the particular communication, be it WhatsApp, right? Whether you want to send other communication, whether you want to have human intervention. When you talk about Amplify, it says save your bandwidth and let the system do the nurturing for you. Create voice blast for different candidates, different segments of student at different levels, and let the system do its magic. So this is the feedback, that we have been getting from the market. Like, know where your students are, be where your students are, interact on whatever channel they are available or comfortable with, and let the system do its magic and nurture the particular leads for you. So when you talk about, modern engagement tools, this is what the feedback we have been getting, right? And when you talk about the modern engagement tools, right, they are not just another communication channels. They are the ones that will help you to convert more, right? So with this, interacting with you guys and whatever things that we have developed is something that we are investing in the education community that has been utilized across globe, and many of the organizations have got the benefit of it, whether it's the conversion ratio from lead to application to enrollment. So they have been using these tools at various levels to get the best out of it. So this is
And
what yeah,
yes,
yeah,
Shabazz, very
Rishi.
well said. And I'll suggest the audience to have a screenshot of this so that they can tell their users, or their users let their users to know which particular product will help them out with modern case scenario, right? So I'll suggest the audience, if they can take a screenshot of this, so that they will be knowing about the modern engagement tools, how they will be benefiting, and what all users will be getting the benefit at what stage. And apart from that, if there is any queries from the audience that's available, want to ask some questions and all, we can have Q&A session. Yeah.
Yes, I can see a lot of audience are pouring in. I can see a lot of questions. So we have not been able to, get into a lot of questions. But yeah, we'll definitely get back to all the queries that has been raised by the audience. I can see a lot of student, people are still joining in, right? So when you talk about modern tools, as you guys have also shown, right, in terms of implementation, right, in terms of enabling it, right? So the flexibility is that you don't need to be a tech savvy guy, right? Even a guy like me who is not tech savvy will be able to use these tools, right? I don't need any technical configurations. It's just the matter of buttons. So I can use the system based on my particular thing. It's just like Lego blocks. I can build the system based on my use cases. So coming to, concluding this webinar, when you talk about modern engagement tools, they are not just another set of communication channels. They are the ones, that will help you to convert more. Right. With this, we would like to wrap up the session, and I'm sure the Meritto team is going to build up a lot more beautiful products. So stay tuned, for the upcoming webinars. And thank you so much for my, fellow panelists and everyone who has joined this webinar. Thank you, everyone, for joining.
Thank you.
Shabazz, for having us.
Have a great day ahead.